Geeks and gamers like the other YouTubers have exposed the hypocrisy of Twitch banning Asmongold, but let's woke streamers stay on the platform and keep violating their rules that they accuse Asmongold of doing. So we're going to get right into this. Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your gender-free news. This is Jerome Hughes. Now, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, Geeks and Gamers is once again exposing woke gamers once again. It's about the ongoing nonsense with Twitch and how they've treated one of the biggest streamers on the platform, Asmongold. Okay, now as you all know, Geeks and Gamers have been talking about these issues for years, and they've been right all along. And whether it's the double standards of the ridiculous suspensions, and Geeks and Gamers have been at the forefront of basically, definitely calling out the hypocrisy. It's another clear case of selective enforcement, and if you've been following Geeks and Gamers, you know exactly what's going on. You see, in case you ever noticed, Asmongold recently got hit with a suspension for comments that he made during one of his streams. Asmongold didn't even get banned, just a suspension, and yet the outrage from certain corners was immediate. But here's the thing: Geeks and Gamers have been pointing out how these platforms like Twitch don't apply their rules fairly, and it's clear that Twitch has an agenda, and Geeks and Gamers have consistently shown that if you don't fit into that agenda, you're going to get hit. And they've been exposing this pattern for years now, and this situation is just more proof that Geeks and Gamers were right all along. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While Asmongold is sitting there suspended, another Twitch streamer, a mod for Hassan Piker, no less, makes some of the most disgusting comments you can imagine about U.S. soldiers. And guess what? Nothing happened. Not a peep from Twitch. And this is exactly what Geeks and Gamers have been warning us about. And basically, it's definitely blatant hypocrisy. And if you're saying the right things, you get a free pass. But if you even slightly step out of line, you're punished. Now, this is the kind of double standard that Geeks and Gamers have been calling out for years, and it's happening right before our eyes. Now, here's a video clip of the reaction from Geeks and Gamers.
Hassan mod or whatever, and this is going around.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. The U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Ugh.
And
she's eating.
God.
What a fucking cow, bro.
Yep.
She reacted to her.
You know?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I do the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're doing them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD.
So that's okay apparently on Twitch. So then she then doubles down on it right here.
Any other motherfucker, you're doing them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Lovely.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
Lovely.
So the whole thing here is that she then made an apology, apparently. I'm trying to look for that apology right now, but it's not a real apology, by the way. It's like
she got called out by tons of people.
Yeah.
Basically, like, if you hate America so bad, just leave, you know?
Yeah. So right here, the U.S. military has conducted some of the most horrific crimes against humanity, blah, 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 blah. So she qualifies it first by continuing to take shots. Let me be clear. In a perfect world that I am in charge of, she can say whatever the fuck she wants. But so can everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
That the problem is everyone else can't say what they want. Yeah. I don't care about what she said as much as I care that other people can't say what they want to say.
Yeah.
Because in a perfect world, she would get absolutely destroyed by the internet. And this is why on Twitter, she has to lock her replies.
Yeah.
Because on Twitter, people can say what they want to say. And she knows that. And that's why she's locking her fucking replies. So the whole thing here is that Asmongold gets banned, and yet she, nothing happened. In fact, I saw some stuff with Destiny, who I guess he was calling them out over it, and they responded and said that she didn't violate terms of service or whatever. I hate Twitch.
All right. Now, let's be honest here. You see, Geeks and Gamers have covered incidents like this time and time again, whether it's on platforms like Twitch, YouTube, or even social media in general. And these tech companies have made it clear that, they'll enforce their rules based on who you are and what you believe. Now, let's also be honest here. It's not about fairness. It's about pushing a certain narrative. And the guys over at Geeks and Gamers have been some of the loudest voices in exposing this double standard. You see, they've been right from the start, and this situation with Asmongold is just more evidence, okay? And let's not forget here, Geeks and Gamers have been instrumental in pointing out the cultural shift that's happening in real time. They've, basically highlighted how platforms like Twitch have become battlegrounds for free speech. And here's the kicker right here. While Twitch is busy suspending people like Asmongold for political commentary, they're basically letting others get away with worse, far worse. And who's pointing this out? Geeks and Gamers. Among other YouTubers, they've been relentless in shifting light on this hypocrisy, and that's why their message resonates with so many people, because at the end of the day, Geeks and Gamers are about fairness and freedom of speech, things that are clearly lacking in today's online platforms, besides the fact that they're looking to go ahead and expose the wokeism in different games. Now, the guys at Geeks and Gamers have been calling out these tech giants for like years, and this is just another chapter in that story. Now, whether it's Twitch suspending Asmongold or the way other streamers are being treated, it all points to the same conclusion. There's a double standard at play, and Geeks and Gamers are some of the only people willing to stand up and say, this isn't right. Now, they've also been consistent in their message, and they've built a lot of people, who are fed up with the way these platforms operate, because guess what? Geeks and Gamers aren't afraid to say what everyone else is thinking, and they themselves are gamers as well. And let's not kid ourselves. This kind of selective enforcement isn't going anywhere. Twitch has shown that, they're far more interested in controlling the narrative than in applying their rules fairly. But this is exactly why voices like Geeks and Gamers are so important. You see, they've been the ones calling out this nonsense for years, and they're not going to stop anytime soon. Why? Because as long as these platforms continue to go ahead and play favorites, Geeks and Gamers will be there to expose the hypocrisy and stand up for those who are actually being unfairly targeted. So, yeah, what can we do about it? Well, as Geeks and Gamers have pointed out, the first step is awareness, okay? Being aware of it. We need to support platforms and creators who actually value free speech. And we need to keep calling out, the definite hypocrisy every time it rears its ugly head. That's what Geeks and Gamers have been doing. And they're absolutely right. Because if we don't push back, these big tech giants will continue to silence voices that they don't agree with. And as Geeks and Gamers have said time and time and again, we can't afford to let that happen. Okay, but you know what? At the end of the day, this is bigger than just Asmongold. This is about the future of these, is about free speech online, and whether or not platforms like Twitch are going to apply these rules fairly. And if you've been following Geeks and Gamers, you know what they've been warning us about this. They've been warning about this for years, and it's time we start paying attention to what they're saying, because if we don't, guess what? Things are only going to get worse. Geeks and Gamers have been right all along, and they're not going anywhere. They'll keep fighting, and we need to be right there with them. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you may have this particular topic. If you enjoy what I said in this video, go ahead, smash the like button and share this video far and wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.